All right, this joint saying we live. Give me a minute, and I guess I can get to it. Excuse my tardiness. You know what I mean? Semi big word for those with short vocabulary. Anyway, I ain't been on this joint in a minute, and I missed the whole. Well, I ain't gonna call it a train. You know what I mean? But let's just say the wave of friends and associates, you know, saying whatever they had to say to T History. You know, I'm just the type of person I just don't move when everybody else move. I had to move at my own pace or my own speed or whatever. And I had to take time out to process the, you know what I mean, to actually process things. So I don't just like to, you know, just jump out there, you know. So I got that information as far as T History passing probably about 2 weeks ago, 2, 3 weeks ago, like probably like everybody else, you know, but you know, most of the people when they got word or whatever, you know, they went online and, you know, expressed their condolences and their feelings towards the passing of T History. But like I say, I had to uh I had to actually sit with that situation or whatever. Like I said, to process it. You know, and not the fact. And a lot of people want to know, well, what happened to him. Well, it don't matter. You know what I mean? What happened to him doesn't matter. You know what I mean? He's no longer here. You know, that's what happened to him. He's no longer here. You know, but I'm just on some. What happens now that he's no longer here? You know, do those people consider themselves to be friends of his or whatever? Do you remember him for 2 minutes and you know now it's just you know what I mean? All right, I gave you your flowers and I gotta move on to something else. That's why I say like I have to process things or whatever. And, you know, and there might be people that actually get this live if even if you don't tap in actually during the live or whatever, might actually get it on the replay and be like, oh, who is this dude? You know what I mean? Who is this dude? You know what I mean? Well, if you're not familiar, this dude be Mind the Major Baltimore. This is Mind the Major Baltimore. You know, and those, you know what I mean, more so familiar with the community that T History, you know what I mean, was connected to or whatever. You might know, well, I ain't gonna say you know me, you know what I mean, but you might be familiar with me as far as being one of Mac main mods. You know what I mean? I'm hard on Mac Mean channel. You know what I mean? But anyway, other than that, well, how is you connected to T History? Why no, how am I connected to T History? I actually have an interview with T History. T History actually interviewed me. Well, not even probably about a month ago. Probably at this point, probably a month ago. So, probably right before. You know what I mean? Maybe a week or two before his passing. You know. So when I look back through his videos or whatever, I see that he interviewed me. He interviewed Mac Mean, and he interviewed Jamel Saladin. You know, and that's, you know what I mean. What I you know what I mean, that's what I say, that I had to process this whole situation. You know what I mean. It's just, I guess you would have to more so, in order to be in tune with where I'm going with the conversation, you would have to be more in tune. You would have to be someone who actually watched that interview. You would have to actually watch that interview. I mean, there's really nothing in it for me, you know what I mean, because it was done by T, so it was his channel or whatever. But you would have to watch that interview to be better caught up on what else. I mean, what it is I'm saying. But I'll explain why I say I had to process it, this situation. And the reason why I say I had to process this situation is because during the interview, and it was probably close to one of the last questions that T actually asked me. And he was like, can you speak on loss? You know what I mean? I'm like, speak on loss? What do you mean? What do you mean when you say loss? What do you mean? And he was like, well, I'll just get to it or whatever. Show Nut some love. You know what I mean? And Nut is my cousin, but we was close like brothers. You know what I mean? And he passed in February or whatever. And I did a little video tribute or whatever to him on my channel, whatever. But the fact that, you know what I mean, he had actually called out the name or whatever, let me know that he actually, you know what I mean, watched the video. You know what I mean? It was little things throughout the interview, whereas though you could tell that he ain't just asking questions. You know what I mean? He's not pulling questions out of his pocket or whatever. He's he actually did his homework. You know what I mean? But anyway, just him asking that actual question, right, allowed me to actually speak on the situation that was actually, you know what I mean, having a actual effect on me at the time. And just by me being able to speak on it and speak on it freely, not like me trying to talk to somebody, you know what I mean, whereas though I'm being a burden, you know what I mean. He actually asked me the question, you know what I mean, basically pulling me into, you know what I mean, pulling me into a therapy session, if you will. You know what I mean? Allowing me to, you know what I mean, get something off of my chest or whatever. Take a load off. You know what I mean? And just the fact that that happened, I don't know if somebody might get it or whatever, but I this whole YouTube thing to me, I'm not with a bunch of theatrics and stuff like that. So You know what I mean? I'm 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 not clamoring for, you know what I mean, this, that, and the third or whatever, but it might be somebody specific that get what I'm saying. You understand what I'm saying? But just him doing that, right? And then, like I say, that question, can you speak on loss? And I spoke on it, and during the answer, you know what I mean, I went into, you know, how you don't leave anything on the table. You know what I mean? If you got people, you know what I mean, family, whatever, you know what I mean, you express things or whatever. You don't, you know what I mean, leave things to question or whatever. Whether it's, you know what I mean, feelings or any of that. You know what I mean? You put it out there on the table because you never know when that person is going to no longer be here. So it was just the fact that conversation transpired, that, you know what I mean, it kind of affected me in a different way. You know what I mean? And probably more so because the interview almost didn't happen. You know what I mean? The interview almost didn't happen simply because, like I said, most of the people that frequent T's page or whatever, well, I ain't gonna say most of them, but a lot of them, you know what I mean, they actually frequent the same people pages or whatever. You know what I mean? So a lot of them would know that. I mean, well, I didn't even find out until later on or whatever. I didn't even know that T was one time, you know what I mean, associated with Bullets Gotti and all this or whatever, because I don't follow everybody. I'm gonna keep it 1,000. I don't follow everybody. You know what I mean? If I can't catch your vibe, you know what I mean, there's no sense in me, you know what I mean, following you. You know what I mean? Because I protect my, and I try, for the most part, I try to protect my energy. You know what I mean? So when I found out that he was, you know what I mean, aligned with Bullets Gotti, and the fact that Mac and had this little thing going on with them peoples or whatever. When T first initially reached out to me as far as the interview or whatever, I didn't know whether or not it was, you know what I mean, on some, you know what I mean, on some crazy stuff. You know what I mean? Lady J, salute. I didn't know if it was on some crazy stuff or whatever. So I was reluctant at first because he happened to tap in to one of my lives or whatever. You know what I mean? And I was reluctant at first. I was like, I'll let you know. I'll let you know. And, you know, and it was like maybe a month, two. It was over a month. It was probably close to 2 months before I actually agreed to do the interview, because I had to make sure that, you know what I mean, first I didn't have to, but when I call myself dealing with somebody or whatever, I messes with them. You know what I mean? If I rock with you, I rock with you. So I wanted to see how his relationship, Mac relationship was. Make sure that they was on, you know what I mean? Because I ain't want to be in no middle or cause no rifts or whatever. If you understand, you understand. You know what I mean? But anyway, I saw that it wasn't no, you know what I mean, tension like that between him and Mac or whatever. And I started watching, tuning into T content or whatever, and I saw that for the most part, he wasn't really with the drama, you know what I mean? The drama or whatever on his channel or whatever for the most part. So I was like, okay, I'm feeling the vibe, you know what I mean? Oh, what's up, sis? You know what I mean? So I was feeling this. I was feeling the vibe. You know what I mean? And I let him know. I was like, all right, I'm a, we can do the interview. So we set it up, and we actually did it. We actually did the interview, pulled it off or whatever. But I don't know for anybody that watched this, and if you actually watched the interview, you know what I mean, that me and T did or whatever. You can see even doing that interview, you know what I mean? Doing that interview, I was a little, you know what I mean? I was a little defensive. You know what I mean? The whole time for the most part, I was a little defensive because I didn't know if, you know what I mean, if he was gonna come out of nowhere, like, cause I'm like that, you know what I mean? I don't, especially if it's not somebody to keep it a buck or whatever. It's not like I know T personally or whatever. He just tapped in to my page or whatever and was like, "Yo, I see you be, you know what I mean? You be spitting that real, you know what I mean? And I'm rocking with you, this, that, and the third." But I was like, I don't know if he playing games or whatever, this, that, and the third. But come to find out, you know what I mean? It really wasn't no, you know what I mean, craziness, you know what I mean, involved with the whole joint or whatever. But if you see, like I said, if you saw the interview, I jumped into the joint, you know what I mean, saluting those that I came into this whole YouTube thing. I ain't gonna say under, but I mean the same time as, well, not the same, whatever, you know what I mean, the people that actually put the battery in my back to actually come on YouTube and start the channel or whatever. You understand what I'm saying? But what I really wanted to try to do also, like I said, I let everybody else run through their little spiel or whatever as far as their thing with T history. But like I said, I never had a actual relationship, personal relationship with T. You know what I mean? It was just he appreciated my content, you know what I mean? And felt as though he wanted to interview me. You know what I mean? And I was kind of hoping that while I was on the live that somebody might have came through. You know what I mean? That's how I say you can kind of weed out certain things or whatever. Because this whole situation is still fresh or whatever. So I know me, myself, if it's somebody that I rock with, and it ain't even really been a month yet before we get the news or whatever, if I see somebody pushing, you know what I mean, something that he's involved with, I'm gonna tap in just to see, you know what I mean, just to see what's happening. As did Lady J, you know what I mean? As did Lady J. You know what I mean? Like what is this dude talking about? You know what I mean? What is he trying to say about T? You know what I mean? But I wanted to see if people came on there because if they will, I wanted to know maybe something that I didn't know about T. You know what I mean? It's like I say, I had to process the whole thing. I'm deep like that. When certain things just happen, I just can't take. You know what I mean? Experience is just that just happened. You know what I mean? And whatever. Certain things happen or whatever. I had to process them. Why did it happen like that? Why does, you know what I mean? And the thing that stuck out is out of all the people in the world, you know what I mean? Out of all the people in the world, you was one of the last people. You was one of the very last people, you know what I mean, that he actually interviewed. You know what I mean? You was actually one of the last people that he actually had an actual personal conversation, in-depth conversation with on his platform. You understand what I'm saying? And that was another reason why I was so, well, I ain't gonna say, well, maybe I could use reluctant to just jump out there and do a video, because I didn't know him. You know what I mean? I didn't actually know T, but from what I, you know what I mean, gathered from him just by watching, being on his, you know what I mean, lives and stuff like that and listening to him or whatever, you know what I mean, I got the vibe that he was a real good dude. You know what I mean? Real talk. I got the vibe that he was a real good dude, a real good, genuine dude. You know what I mean? And I just want to, like I said, and I don't scour the internet. I'm not scouring the, you know what I mean, what some call the dirty section of YouTube. I'm not going to scour the dirty section of YouTube. You know what I mean? Or the beef sector. Now I'm spitting this shit, my bad. The beef sector of YouTube, and listen to everybody's, you know what I mean, tributes to T History. Because a lot of them joints will go on and be like 3-4 hours long, and then they don't even be talking about T. T only get 5 minutes, and then it's something else. You know what I mean? But like I said, if maybe somebody get it later on, or tap into the video later on, and because the comment section will still be there, the video will be up. I'm not gonna take it down. I'm not gonna take the live down, so the video will be up. If somebody wanted to be on the replay or whatever, and watch it just to see what was said or whatever. But like I said, if it's something just characteristic wise, you know what I mean, that stood out about T, and what maybe attracted that a person, you know what I mean, to him, you know what I mean, like the reason why somebody might be gravitated towards T or whatever, what gravitated you towards T, you know what I mean, to make you want to rock with him or whatever, you know what I mean. Like I said, the thing with me that made me say, all right, he cool, because he wasn't with the, you know what I mean, he wasn't with the foolishness. I'm gonna put it like that. From what I saw, whatever, what I got from him, he wasn't with the foolishness. You know what I mean? He was, from what I seen, he was on his grown man. He was on his grown man trip. You know what I mean? And I couldn't do nothing but respect it. I couldn't do nothing but respect his vibe. You know what I mean? And just the fact, and I guess that's what he appreciated. I'm assuming that's what he appreciated about what I was doing over here. You know what I mean? Whereas though I don't I don't follow the wagon. You know what I mean? I jumps in front of it. You know what I mean? Over here, I jumps in front of the wagon. I don't follow the wagon. So whereas though you might have people that do this or that or the third, and not to knock nobody else how they do their thing, but I'm just saying their thing is not my thing. You know what I mean? But if somebody got peering eyes on this joint, you know what I mean? Tell me what was it? You know what I mean? What was it about T? You know what I mean? That made you like his content. You know what I mean? Tap in and put it on in the comments section. Let me know. You know what I mean? What is it about T that made you like his content like that? You know what I mean? Because I know I seen, for me, you know what I mean, jumping in T lives or whatever, here and there, whatever. T had a nice little Baltimore, you know what I mean? He had a nice little Baltimore following, you know what I mean? I would jump in the joint and he would have like 3, 4 Baltimore heads up in the joint at a time. So I'm like, all right. Not to say that I know any of y'all, but you know what I mean? It is what it is. It's family. You know what I mean? That family is that family. You know what I mean? Like I say, you get in there, Lady, what is that, Lady J, 1900. If you still in the joint, if you still in that joint, what was it about T? What was it about T history that made you know what I mean, rock with T like that? And see, I'm a jump into that other stuff that I had in the thumbnail as well. But I had to give my brother T history his just due, because that's what the live was initially supposed to be about. So if you jumped in here, you know what I mean, and you actually wanted me to talk about, you know what I mean, the the school shooting and the Buffalo shooting, I'm gonna give my thoughts on both of them as well. But I just need to talk about my brother T history first and foremost. Oh, I'm gonna definitely give my thoughts on both of them. And I don't think like the average person. So with my thoughts, you know what I mean, might be, you know what I mean, might sound a little crazy. You know what I mean? Okay. Lady J, 1900, see, she took the T history because he was a real peaceful, genuine person. Made her a moderator after following him. Yeah, see, and that's the same type of vibes. Them the same type of vibes I got from him. Definitely, you know what I mean, felt like he was showing enough, you know what I mean, that he was a show enough real dude. You know what I mean? And them the type of people that I would tend to rock with. You know what I mean? I ain't, you know what I mean? I ain't got time for the, I mean, don't get me wrong. A little craziness is okay. You know what I mean? In moderation. You know what I mean? A little craziness ain't never, well, I ain't gonna say never, a little craziness never hurt nobody, because it has, but you know what I mean? But of course everybody wanna see content that, you know what I mean, that might get you a little wound up, and you know what I mean, but you can't just stare at that all day long. Yeah. He definitely always wanted the best for everyone. And that's what I got. That's what I got, you know what I mean, from the little conversations that we had. You know what I mean? And like I said, I would have actually, you know what I mean, wanted the hook up with him or whatever, to actually meet him on a personal level. You know what I mean? Because I know, you know what I mean, I don't, like I said, I can't know nothing, but usually I'm a good judge of character or whatever. And the vibe I got from him, you know what I mean, is like that, like he was a real one. You know what I mean? And then to hear after his passing, because when he told me, he was like, he was the type of person that he'd get on the road and a pop up. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? I'm like, all right, you know what I mean? You know what I mean? I'm thinking that it's just talk, you know what I mean? Because it sounded good. But then to hear when he passed, to hear somebody actually say, you know what I mean, that he actually got on the road, you know what I mean, and went to see somebody, you know what I mean, and popped up on somebody. Right. I feel you. Say, Lady J say he liked me because I'm older and had a different look on things. I feel you. Because I ain't no teenager myself. You know what I mean? And that's what's the whole that's one of the things that, you know, he seemed like bothered him the most. You know what I mean? That a lot of us that actually have years on us will get on this thing and act like we fresh off the playground. You know what I mean? Sure enough, whereas though, I mean, I guess on some old, I don't know, I guess in the second childhood, I call it being stuck in the second childhood. You know what I mean? Whereas though you be looking at a person and be more so really wanting to tell a person, would you please act your age? You know what I mean? And not so much act your age, but don't act that age. Don't act that age. You know what I mean? You on here, you acting like the teenagers or whatever. Grown men on here basically telling each other, you know what I mean, to do certain things that they know are violation. The statements in itself is a violation. But you would say that to another man. I don't I don't know. Generation X, salute, bro. Hometown, be more. Stand up. Yeah, give me something, bro. Give me something. Let me know what made you rock with T like that, bro. I'm trying to, you know, get a little more insight on the brother, man. Because I really didn't get a chance to actually form that type of relationship that everybody else actually had with T. You know what I mean? And I'm trying to get a little more insight to actually who T was, man. Because just that brief encounter that we had, you know, as far as on here on YouTube and with the interview that we did or whatever. I don't even think he know. I don't think he know that that he actually had me in a bag or whatever during that interview, man. And the way I do, but I'm not sure to what degree that if he knew, you know what I mean, to what degree. Yeah, he actually, you know what I mean. That was like therapy. That was like therapy. That was he put his doctor's degree on the shelf that night. You know what I mean? Lady J say they be stuck in the past, acting like they shoe size, blaming the world for all their failures. Yeah, yeah, absolutely. Yeah, and I be tripping off the thing that I be tripping off of for the most part is when I hear a man invite another man to his privates, right? Now that has always been uh, a violation. You know what I mean? That has always been a violation. You know, people have died. People have actually died. You know what I mean? For saying that. You know what I mean? For saying them words. But me myself, I think different. I think different. Them words is more than just disrespect. I look at those words, yeah, that's some of the most disrespectful words that you can say to another man. But I look deeper. I mean, I see them words as something deeper than that, right? And not saying, not saying that, not bringing no man sexuality into question. You know what I mean? Nobody's in particular sexuality in the question. I'm not doing that. But one has to think. One has to actually think. For a man to invite another man to his privates, right? That is a homosexual act, right? That is an act of homosexuality, right? So if those are your words, right? If those are your words, does that mean that you're having homosexual thoughts, or that you have tendencies that you're, you know what I mean, not too sure about? Because me, myself, you know what I mean, I wouldn't, you know what I mean, it's not something that I would do. You know what I mean? It's not something I would do. I'm not going to invite another man, you know what I mean, to my privates. Generation Next say T was a real one. Me and him used to debate hip hop like we was on the block and never disrespect each other. We always reached the understanding that was all passion. That was my guy. Yeah, man. Like I say, man, I can see that T, just from, you know what I mean, the little interaction that we had, man. I can see that T was a real one, man. I could see that he was a real one, man, and that's the thing that I was probably more so bothered about, man. You know what I mean, with his passing, and I never actually got his phone number. You know what I mean, whereas though I could have called him. You know what I mean, stuff like that, because I just don't give out. You know what I mean, my number to people like that. You know what I mean. You know, but it was just I don't, you know. Lady J said, "Who did that? I'm lost." No, nobody in, but nobody in particular, Lady J. But you know, you always hearing another guy that they get into an argument with another guy or whatever, and they be throwing that around. You know what I mean? They be throwing those words around. SMD, SMD. You know what I mean? SMD, SMD. I mean, even though a person to be saying it as a disrespect move, they be doing it as a disrespect move. But I'm not, you know what I mean? But when you really look at, you know what I mean, you saying it is a disrespect move. but you're telling another man basically to perform a homosexual act on you. You know what I mean? I know that a lot of people ain't looking at it, you know what I mean, not thinking that deep, but this is what, you know what I mean? This is what's happening. This is what you did. In saying that, you know what I mean, and saying them words to another man, this is what you did. You know what I mean? But I ain't gay. You know what I mean? I ain't gay. You know what I mean? Oh, but so stop. Don't say those type of things to a dude. Then you know what I mean? Whether it's a disrespect move or not. You know, but the level that people will go just to disrespect the next person is just crazy these days. You know what I mean? But like I say, I think different. You know, I think different. I think very deep. You know what I mean? Because words are powerful, and once they, you know what I mean, once they're spoken, you can't take them back. You know what I mean? Definitely fighting words. Like I say, that those are dying words. Those are actually dying words. You know what I mean? They're definitely fighting words, but they could be dying words. You know what I mean? Depending on who you're dealing with. Yeah, because I've known people to actually die over those words. Yeah, but like I say, man, I just wish I could have actually got a chance to actually, I mean, actually meet that brother, man. Cause it ain't like it ain't like he was that far. You know what I mean? That could have been a nice old road trip or whatever. The next time I'd actually ended up in New York or whatever, we could have actually turned it into a road trip, you know what I mean, to Boston. Yeah, but like I said, it was the whole thing. That last question, well, I don't think it was the actual very last question that he asked me, but close to the last question that he asked me, it was like, can you speak on loss? You know what I mean? And it was like talking about loss, like people have, I mean, nah, I actually don't. I actually don't. It's like I said, I didn't have no relationship with him like that. I didn't have no phone number or nothing like that. And you know what I mean, I don't follow a bunch of people, so you know what I mean, I just happened to hear it. You know what I mean? Matter of fact, when I heard it, I heard Generation X was doing a live, and I'd actually to tune into to Generation X live and saw somebody was like rest in peace the T in the chat, and I'm looking at it like, wait a minute. No. Matter of fact, the exact way it went, because by the time I turned into his live, yeah, I mean, he was talking about what he was talking about, but I see in the chat it say, what about T or something? It said, no, not T, not T history. And then they say Rest in peace to him. So I'm like, wait a minute. I was like, wait a minute. You know what I mean? I had to run the live back. I had to rewind the live, you know what I mean, to like the beginning and look at the whole joint and find out that he had passed away. And I'm like, yo, this is bugged out, man. Yeah, I mean, that kind of, you know what I mean? That kind of threw me for one, man. That, like I say, that kind of threw me for one. Yeah, because like I say, I don't, you know, I tend to bump into certain people through this YouTube thing. You know what I mean? Like I say, I use this as a tool. I use it as a tool of sorts. You know what I mean? Certain times to get things off of my chest. You know what I mean? I get things off my chest sometimes. You know what I mean? And sometimes I have information that I want to get out there, and I do it via YouTube. You know what I mean? But it's more so a therapy tool for me. You know what I mean? And I happen to bump into certain people via YouTube that I end up, you know what I mean, forming, you know what I mean, relationships with, that I would call friendships via YouTube or whatever. And I felt like T would have been one of those people that I would have eventually formed that type of, you know what I mean, bond with or whatever. But, you know what I mean, things happen like they happen, you know. It was just like I said when I answered that question, when he asked me the question, and I was like, we don't never know, you know what I mean? When everybody got a date, and we never know when it's going to be our date or whatever. So whatever you got to say to somebody or whatever, you got to say that. You know what I mean? You got to say it, because you don't never know. And that's the thing that bothered me for the most part. Like, damn, did he know? You know what I mean? Did he know something was wrong, or you know what I mean? Did he know? You know what I mean? Or did it just happen? You know what I mean? Like I said, and that's the thing that bothered me. Like I said, I had to sit with the whole situation and process it. For the most part, I had to process the whole joint. I couldn't just, you know what I mean? Yeah, Gen X say, me too, fam. I stay out the way. I'm not with the drama. When you have really been outside, you just want peace. Exactly. You know what I mean? Exactly, bro. Exactly. And that's the thing. That's probably the biggest thing that I don't understand about a lot of people that be on YouTube, man, that are supposed to be, you know what I mean, certified, you know what I mean, certified street dudes, man. And that was one of the things that I say. T asked me that during the interview, was like, what you think about the clout chasing and this, that, and people beefing. And I'm like, man, you can go right out the front door. You know what I mean? You can go right out the front door. And there's drama out there. It's real beef out there. Why is you on the internet? Why is you on YouTube? You know what I mean? All this supposed to be an escape. I know it's an escape for me. You know what I mean? There's real beef in the streets. Why is you on? This is like safe beefing. You know what I mean? YouTube banging this. This is safe beefing. You know what I mean? That's what's up. That's what's up. I appreciate you stopping through, Lady G. Salute. You see, we all fight. Yeah, I mean, family fight. Family fight. You know what I mean? But I just don't, you know what I mean? To the point where, you know what I mean? To the point where dudes be talking about that they gonna do this to, you know what I mean? Do this and do that. And people threatening lives and you be threatening how you gonna threaten life? You gonna threaten lives on live. You gonna come on live and threaten lives. Yeah, man. I see that whole, I don't know, man. Maybe I like I said, it's I guess I'm just a different type of individual, man. I guess when it comes to certain stuff like that, I'm just different. You know what I mean? Maybe it's because where I come up at, you know what I mean? Maybe it's because of the fact that you know, I'm Baltimore bred. You know what I mean? You can understand it. You know what I mean? You can understand it. Certain things just don't, you know what I mean? Damn, I don't know if I put that joint up or not. Yeah, man. But it be crazy. But anyway, salute to my bro, man. Salute to my bro. I'm on it. I'm just forever on it. I mean, I'm forever on it. You know what I mean? That he found me worthy, you know what I mean, of interviewing. The fact that he found me worthy of interviewing, I'm on it. You know what I mean? And I know to a lot of people, you know what I mean, like might look at it like it's nothing. But no, I look at it. I look at it as being a major achievement. You know what I mean? On some real stuff. Yeah, you say Generation X say beef and drama get views and cash apps. So they jump on that wave. I've been doing this for almost 3 years. I've seen people do just about anything for views and cash apps. Some of the beef not real. Yeah, I get you. I get you. I get you. I definitely get you. Man, you right. You right. And they definitely will. They definitely will. Oh, damn, I posted this twice. I'm sitting here. Oh, there it go. Yeah, man. Like I say, but I don't know. Like I say, well, I guess you got people that probably would say, yo, we gonna do this, we gonna do that, and we gonna run these views up. We gonna run these views up and get to the bag. You know what I mean? I don't know. I guess my whole joint is different. You know what I mean? I guess I gotta, you know what I mean? I don't know, man. But like I say, anybody, you know, I mean, well, I guess when it comes to the joint, people gotta do what they gotta do, man. But I know to see people, you got some people beef on the internet and then go out their house 5 minutes later and straight body something. You know what I mean? Like, yo, did you not know that the police, you know what I mean, watches social media, they watches YouTube, they watches Snap, they watch everything. Whereas though it been so easy, an investigator's job is so easy now. They don't even have to walk. If you're an investigator, you do not even have to go to anybody's house and do no footwork. Only thing you got to do is stay on the computer. So you stay in your lane of hip hop, battle rap, and politics. I feel you. I feel you. I feel you. You know what I mean? That's why, you know what I mean? You know, it ain't no, I was always told, you know what I mean, that's the best thing to do. Stay in your lane. If it's something that, you know what I mean, that don't involve you, you shouldn't even have, you know what I mean, nothing to say about it. You know what I mean? If it ain't your beef, it ain't your beef. Big facts. Yeah, man. But I'm tripping. I done seen something wild. I done seen something real wild. And whereas though with this the Buffalo joint. Yeah, I mean this Buffalo joint with the market joint. And somebody brought something to my attention now. They call me Mr. Conspiracy Theorist, right? They call me Mr. Conspiracy Theorist, right? Now, why they say the security guard had actually built he actually built a car with his own hands. He built a car that ran on water. No gasoline, water. Right? Now somebody saying that whole that whole thing was a basically like a setup type deal because they didn't want to, you know what I mean, do him. It had been too many questions or whatever. You know what I mean? So they just made it look like, you know what I mean, he's just this big old racist or whatever. But the whole thing was basically to take out the security guard or whatever. So I guess so the technology or whatever can't get out there. But when you think about it, I mean, he built it because I seen the clip with it, some news people or whatever, somebody was doing a story on the car. Yeah, I mean, and they was like the car was running on water, right? And I'm like, something like that could cripple the whole economy. You know what I mean? Imagine if all of a sudden they just this technology was out there for everybody. Whereas though they couldn't sell no more gas or whatever, no more gas powered cars or whatever. Well, they got electric cars now or whatever, but you talking about free, you know what I mean? Batteries got to be charged. We talking about water. Whereas though you can go to your sink and fill your jug up and go put it in your tank, you know what I mean? And be gone, you know what I mean? And you just out of there, you know what I mean? Is he still alive? You say the three people who have did it. I know it was another guy that did it, and he's gone too. He's gone too. I think it was a white dude. I remember the white dude that did it. I'm not sure if he was from Maryland or not, but I remember it was a white dude that had a car that ran on water, and he's gone too. You know what I mean? Yeah, that would mess up the whole economy, man. For real, for real. And the average person wouldn't even know about that type of, you know what I mean? Yeah, you see how that war, you see how the war that's going on right now is affecting gas prices. That just told you. You say the cars don't go over 45 miles an hour. Well, shit, you got a lot of people. If somebody could bang up the engine a little bit and pump it up a little bit more, if you just to get it to run off of water, period. You know what I mean? I'm quite sure you can get somebody have been to figure it out how to tune that motherfucker up to get it to go at least 80. Yeah, I got to look into that. I got to look into that some more. I'm just I'm just with the fact that it's done. You know what I mean? The fact that it can be done, that means it only needs improvement. It only needs improvement. You know what I mean? And I'm tripping off of the dude that he got the dude that got the TV. I saw the dude that he figured out some kind of joint where he got a cordless TV or whatever. Whereas though he got something, he put something on the back of the TV or whatever, but it uses the electricity that's in the air some kind of way, you know what I mean? And that joint I'll be playing and it ain't hooked to no source of electricity. It's not hooked up to no cord at all. You know what I mean? It's not no lithium battery or nothing like that hooked to it, but that joint be on. He say he uses the thing he created. It uses the electricity that's in the air, you know what I mean, to the power the, you know what I mean, the fucking TV. But like I tell people, I was like, of course, you got a couple things that everything is built on. The economy is built on oil. You got oil, you got natural gas, you know what I mean, and electricity. You know what I mean, and somebody you stop the need for oil. You stop the need for electricity. You know what I mean? You done crippled the economy. You have to go. Yeah, I saw that one too. I saw that one too. The joint that drive off the oil or whatever. Whereas though you had the guy, he would go to different restaurants or whatever and get their old oil and take the oil or whatever. Yeah, but that's still like petroleum. That's still oil. Period. That's well, they say mineral oil or whatever. You got oil or whatever. I'm just saying water, because water is the biggest natural resource. You know what I mean? Water is the biggest natural resource. But I've been said that shit that motherfucker could turn fucking water into to fuel some kind of way. You know what I mean? I see that's the you, and I'm not no goddamn rocket scientist. I'm not a rocket scientist, but I say shit. It gotta be some kind of way. Look how you get goddamn lightning. You get lightning from goddamn thunderstorms and shit, and rain is involved. You got, you know what I mean? You say they already moving away from it, or you say, oh, they already moving in the direction away from it. The problem is that what these small countries live off. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. You got countries that's like you say, living off of the oil. You know what I mean? But that's why. But they okay if they do all electric. If they do all electric, they were saying how that I heard something how that lithium from them batteries, how that shit when the disposal there's something as far as the disposal of those batteries or something when they go bad or whatever that it fucks with that is fucking with the planet. It eventually start fucking with the planet some kind of way. Something about them batteries or whatever. They were saying it's gonna have a negative effect on the planet or whatever. Like, or maybe it's just bullshit talk from the oil industry. I don't know. But they was talking about. I heard them talking about the lithium or whatever. They say something about when somebody say they when the batteries or whatever they can't just throw them away or whatever. They bury them some kind of way. They bury the batteries or whatever. But the batteries fuck up the soil or whatever. Fuck up the or some shit like that. Contaminate the motherfucking the soul or whatever, some shit. However they dispose of them goddamn batteries or whatever. I don't know. Motherfuckers, you got one industry, if they being hurt by the next industry, they, you know what I mean? It's their job to make up some shit that make them look fucked up. So I don't know. I don't know. This shit is just the whole joint is just crazy. This whole shit is just crazy. I just say I think the curtains get ready to close on this whole production that we call life. I mean, cause we fucked up. We fucked up as people. You know what I mean? We fucked up as people, as a society, period. You know what I mean? We just became so fucked up as people. You know what I mean? Nobody, you know what I mean, respect nobody no more. You know what I mean? People have no morals. You know what I mean? You a person will kill a kid and a woman. You know what I mean? No remorse. You know what I mean? What happened to no kids, no women? You know what I mean? What happened to that? It's right. They can't put them in the landfills or whatever. That's what I see. Because that's what they do with car batteries or whatever. They recycle the joints. That's why you when you go to the joint, they'll give you the money for your core. I mean, well, that's what they supposed to do anyway. But there's a lot of there's a lot of stuff that people supposed to do that they don't do. I don't know. Like I said, it could have been just propaganda. More than likely, it probably was, but who knows? Nowadays, don't nobody know what's truth and what ain't truth. I just see people look at me and call me Mr. Conspiracy Theorist. You know what I mean? Because I'll find a conspiracy in just about anything. You know what I mean? It could rain. It could rain 5 minutes from now, and I turn it into a conspiracy. You know what I mean? I'll turn rain into a conspiracy theory. You know what I mean? It is what it is. Big facts. You say like paint can't go in the landfill. It's a lot of things that can't go in the landfill. It's a state fine, and they don't play about that. Yeah, yeah, they got fines and all that. And I know they high. I know they high. You know what I mean? I feel you. You know what I mean? Dead bodies ain't supposed to go in landfills either, but they find them motherfuckers in there sometimes. Shit, motherfuckers will always do what they ain't supposed to do. Motherfuckers will always figure out a way to do something they ain't supposed to do, man. For real. And don't care about the cost. Well, I ain't gonna say they don't care about the cost. They just disregard the cost until it's time to pay. You know what I mean? Showing up. Oh no, I be tripping, man. I don't know. I was looking at a joint before I went live, and they was talking about they interviewed this one woman or whatever that worked at that store at that market, and she said dude was in there the day before, and she made him leave the store because she said the customers came to her or whatever and say that he was asking people like he was panhandling. Like he was panhandling for change and stuff like that. And like the customers was bothered. I mean, and she went to him and asked him, could he leave? Because I mean, the customers, I mean, was bothered. I mean, by him asking for change and stuff like that. And she said he left, but the whole time he was leaving, say he was like looking around the store as he was leaving or whatever. He was just looking around like he was scoping. You know what I mean? Like he was scoping the store out or whatever as he was leaving. You know what I mean? And then I seen another joint where guys say he saw him there the day before or whatever. And see, that's the thing I don't, you know what I mean? I don't get. Because now when she asked him to leave or whatever, she said he had the same clothes on that he had on when he came back and shot the joint up. Now when they showed him the picture, they showed him he had a regular shirt on with no writing on it, right? Now they had this other guy that say he was actually talking to him when he was at the market the day before, and said the thing that made him actually conversate with the guy is because he had a t-shirt on with the word genius on it. You know what I mean? He said, I noticed that he had a shirt on that said genius. So I wanted to talk to him to see if he was actually a genius and say that he was actually smart. We talked for over an hour, and we talked about this and that and this and that. You know what I mean? And he was actually a smart person or whatever. So I guess he was technically a genius or whatever. But then I see this interview with this woman, and she said that he had the same stuff he had on the day before, but he didn't have no damn shirt on that said genius on it. You know what I mean? So who's lying? You know what I mean? And these are the only two interviews I've seen with people that say they had interactions with him. You know what I mean? The day before. You know what I mean? Did somebody, you know what I mean, forget what they were supposed to say? You know what I mean? I don't know, man. I just find, you know what I mean, certain things. I guess I might be a case of me overthinking. You know what I mean? But it's just certain things. Just I don't know. Just don't seem right. You know what I mean? It don't fit. You know what I mean? But it's such a traumatic event that the average person probably wouldn't pay no attention to that little thing that I just brought up. Like, well, which one of y'all lying? Simply because it's you worrying about, you know what I mean, you worrying about a word being on a shirt and all these people got killed and you worrying about words on a shirt. You know what I mean? Okay, it's details. That's the same thing. a person that's investigating the joint, they need details. Right. You absolutely right. You absolutely right. But when you got something where a shirt say, you know what I mean, genius, you saying that somebody got a big old emblem on their shirt that read genius, how can you mistake that? You know what I mean? Maybe he had it on when you were talking to him. So either he had it on when you was talking to him, or you, or you're adding sauce to it or something. Because he said that the guy looked out of place. When he saw the guy, he looked out of place. You know what I mean? Like as if he didn't belong there or whatever, or like he wasn't from around there or whatever. He just looked out of place or whatever. I don't know, man, but you know, it's crazy. But I mean, when you get certain stuff like this or whatever, you got people that'll interject themselves in the situations just because, as messed up as it is, a person can take something like this and finagle it into a bag. I talked to him. You know what I mean? I talked to him. I interacted with him. Now these media outlets want to talk to you because you're one of the people that interacted with him, and you happen to be a black person, and he killed all these black people, but you actually had a conversation with him, and he didn't kill you. You know what I mean? Yeah, we need to talk to this person. Oh, I'm not doing free interviews. You know what I mean? I'm gonna need something for my interview. Such and such network offered me blase blah for my interview. What can y'all do? Now you auctioning off interviews. You know what I mean? Whole time you wasn't nowhere near. You know what I mean? You ain't a bit more talk to that dude. You know what I mean? Or if you did see him, you saw him from all the way across the parking lot. You know what I mean? You ain't had no interaction with this dude. You know what I mean? But you see a bag in it. You know what I mean? You see a bag in it. Right. Like you just like you say, when they had the DC sniper, they had everybody looking for a white box van. You know, the white box van. You know what I mean? The whole time they're in a freaking car. You know what I mean? Exactly. Exactly. I remember. And you know what the you exactly right. And you know what the crazy the crazy thing is? On everything I love. On everything I love, bro. When that was going on, the spot where they caught him at, the spot where they caught him at, sleeping in the car. We used to ride past that joint every freaking day. Every freaking day we would ride past that spot. Every freaking day. Every freaking day. I could not believe it. You know what I mean? When they say they caught you right there, sleeping in the car, trying to sleep in the car on their parking lot. And they said this is where you would go and sleep in the car. We would ride past that joint every day. Like, man, we ain't. Well, I guess he wouldn't have blew up the spot if that was his spot where he always went and slept in the car or whatever. I don't think he would have popped nobody right there, because then he'd have made the spot hot. You know what I mean? But we used to ride past that joint every day. Hey, we used to ride past there every freaking day. But then he ain't, you know what I mean? He ain't pop nobody, and he ain't pop nobody, and like I guess you wouldn't though. Just like I say, you'd have been making the spot hot. You know what I mean? You couldn't make the spot hot. You couldn't make it hot where you know what I mean? Where your chill was supposed to be at. You couldn't heat your chill up. You know what I mean? Yeah, I'm trying to figure out what they gonna do with the young boy. Well, he ain't young no more. He said he was working at the landfill. They had every police. Yeah, man, they was. I know Yo probably was laughing his ass off. I bet he was. I bet he was laughing his out. I bet he was. I bet Muhammad was laughing his ass off, man. Right. Yeah, man. I know he was. I know he was like, you stupid motherfucker. Yeah, I mean, they ain't got a clue. That's just like, I mean, you got the the color wrong. You got the make and model wrong. You know what I mean? Well, that's what they were saying. That's what they were saying. But I thought about it later on. You know what I mean? I thought about all that later on. I was like, well, maybe they did that to try to make him let down his guard. You know what I mean? Well, they don't know what I'm in. You know what I mean? Just to let them make them trying to let down their guard or whatever, so they could actually get up on them and whatever. Right. I mean, everything was wrong. That's what I'm saying. Everything was wrong. And that's why I was like, but he had popped so many people that I don't know. But then I started looking at the whole thing. Like I say, because sometimes they'll do things like that. Sometimes they'll actually do things like that. Put out a wrong description or whatever. Like I say, to try to make the person feel at ease. You know what I mean? So they'll let down their guard. You know what I mean? So it make it easier for them to apprehend the person. You know what I mean? Man, they look what the feds do. Look what the feds do when they building the case on somebody. They could be building a case on somebody, and they'll let the person keep going and keep going. And by the time they actually lock the person up or whatever, oh well, we're locking him up for 9 murders. We're charging him with 9 murders. Or we've been working this case for 5 years. We locking him up for 9 murders. Now I mean, 6 of the murders occurred in the last 2 years. You know what I mean? So y'all sit there and let this motherfucker kill 6 people. You know what I mean? When y'all could have already had him in custody. You know what I mean? Oh, that's what they say. They say, well, shit, I would have drove off crazy too. Shit, you somebody bussing. You know what I mean? You already heard the joint on the news about a sniper. You know what I mean? And somebody, you hear the shot, you hear the motherfucker shot. Oh, shot. They shooting. You know what I mean? I'm going to pull off too. Yeah, but you can't. Ain't no telling, man. Ain't no telling. People be crazy, man. You know what I mean? When you just stand there and, you know what I mean? Okay, what's going on here? Well, I guess you do got people. Oh, oh, look like the incident. Look like there's an incident happening. Oh, what's going on here? Is that a firearm he's brandishing? is that a firearm he's brandishing? Oh goodness. It looks like he's pointing it this way. Who's he aiming at? He's aiming at someone in this direction. What the hell? What? I'm the only person over here. Hun, can you hand me my glasses so I can get a good look at this guy? What the hell? Must be crazy, man. It's crazy, man. Shit. That's how I was taught. Them motherfuckers start them shots start going off. You make sure the coast is clear and get the hell up out of Dodge. You get the keep your head low. Keep your head low and get the hell up out of Dodge. Shit, you stand around wanting to see. Shit. You wanna find out where the shots is coming from and all that. You wanna see how close they is. You wanna count the shots. You wanna see the shell casings as they're hitting the ground. Nah, I don't need to know all that. I don't need to know none of that. I don't want to see none of that. I'll see it on the news. I'll see that on the news. Catch that part. I'll catch that part at 10 or 11. Because I don't need to know none of that right now. Shit. But this motherfucker. But the crazy shit about dude in the market, that this fool live streamed that joint, man. And the thing that actually blew my mind, right? The shit that blew my mind. I don't know who YouTube joint I heard it on, right? But say that he almost shot, or that he shot a cashier by mistake, and the cashier was white. I don't know if he shot him or they say he almost shot him. And he say when he found out they was white, oh, excuse me. No, he said, sorry. Sorry. And I was like, I'm saying to myself, hell no. Hell no. See how motherfuckers be making shit up? You know what I mean? This is what I say. Hell no. You know what I mean? Hell no. See how motherfuckers gotta be making shit up? Man. I was talking to my son yesterday, telling him, he was like, "Oh no, hell no, they wasn't lying." He was like, "They wasn't lying. He did that shit for real." Right? I was like, "Fuck no." I was like, "Fuck." Yeah, he pulled the, he found the video. He went on some site. I don't know what site he went on, but he went on some site and he pulled that shit up. And you see, yo, when he get out the car, the shit start when yo get with yo getting out the car, and he pop him off. He think the first person he hit was a woman in the parking lot. He jumped, he hit her, boom. You know what I mean? Go in the market and he just tearing shit up. Stop, reload. You know what I mean? Like he was showing up on a motherfucking video game. Like he was showing up on Call of Duty or some shit. Walking around, yeah, shit. The shit that fucked me up. You know what I mean? He went one way. He had laid a bunch of motherfuckers out. Start walking off. He come back. You see the woman, the older woman laid out. He pop her in the head again. Bop. You know what I mean? Kept walking and shit. And that's when he walked, shot motherfuckers over there. Blah, blah, blah. And that's when he looked over you see him peep over on the other side of the other aisle, the goddamn aisle and shit. Not the aisle, but the register. With the register at, he look over there and shit, and you see the white person. As soon as he look over, the white person, ah! The white person said, ah! You know what I mean? He said, sorry, and kept on going. I'm like, yo. Ah, man, I'm like, man. I was blown. I was no more fucking good, man. I was no motherfucking good. Matter of fact, I think that's where that's where the motherfucking joint stopped at. That's where it stopped at when he after he said sorry. Yeah, man, that shit had me. That shit had me. I ain't even gonna hold you. That shit had me fucked up. That shit had me pissed off. I ain't gonna lie. I mean, all right, you did what you did, but when he came back and hit the lady in the head, man, I was like, man, you doing too much, bro. You know what I mean? You didn't already did enough. You know what I mean? You just did too much. These motherfuckers be tripping. But then you lock them up and all this shit. And that's the shit I can't. That's another damn thing I can't wrap my head around, right? The lady say that she asked him to leave the store because he was supposed to be in the store panhandling. But you had money to buy these weapons, to procure these weapons, the weapon, ammo, body armor, and you was body armor down. When you talk about body armor, this fucker had body armor, helmet. You know what I mean? Head to fucking toe. You know what I mean? Head to toe body armor down. But you had money to procure all this shit. But you're in the store panhandling. So the whole time, was it a just a mission where you scoping out shit? You know what I mean? Why not just go in there and buy something or act like you buying some shit You in there panhandling, like you panhandling out of all things, you acting like you panhandling. I mean, certain shit is just certain shit. Just I don't know. Got my shit working overtime. I'm not. You know what I mean? I'm not getting it. Then they say that he was going to go to New Jersey if he had got away. If he had got away, that he was going to go to New Jersey and fuck up some more shit in Jersey. Uh, Empress, salute, salute, salute. Greetings to you as well. Greetings to you as well. I'm 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 not sure. I'm not sure if you I'm not sure if you were familiar with T history. If you was here, I mean, if you was, you know what I mean, familiar with T history or not. Blackout, salute. For those that you know what I mean, that's coming in. If you're familiar with T history, can you give me a instance that made you, you know what I mean, that made you actually start rocking with T history, or something about T history that made you, you know what I mean, gravitate towards him? Because I actually didn't get to know a lot about T history, and I'm trying to find out more about him. You know what I mean, if you will. I mean, we were discussing other stuff too, but T history was the main. You know what I mean? Okay, okay, my man. Hometown. Salute, 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 Jen. You say T. Empress said T taught her how to cook chicken thighs. I know that's right. T was always cooking something. Every time I turned around, T had a video up. He cooking something, man. I ain't going front. I ain't going front. A lot of that stuff. Yeah, I mean, a lot of the stuff that he had was looking right. You said you had a difficult time making chicken thighs, but he taught me an easier way. Yeah, see, a lot of people don't know. Actually, the chicken thigh, and I don't know why, but the chicken thigh is the most difficult part of the chicken to actually cook. I mean, when you're frying them anyway, if you throwing them in the oven, you know what I mean, it's all good. But for some reason, I don't know if it's because if the texture of the meat that's in the thigh, you know what I mean, or what. But it's like, yeah. That's a difficult piece of chicken, you know what I mean, to actually cook the right way. Yeah, he was always cooking, man. Right. You say you ain't know. I guess you was like me. You Blackout was like me. I ain't know him long either, Black. You know what I mean? I met him through Mac. You know what I mean? Yeah, he was always cooking, but like I say, when he reached out to me, the one to interview me or whatever, you know what I mean? I had to, like I say, I had to feel him out. I had to feel him out. You know what I mean? And eventually, I realized he was, you know what I mean? He was cool people. Right, right, Empress. Right. But you know what? You know what, Empress? A lot of people don't actually clean their chicken. You got a lot of people that just take the chicken and rinse it off and throw it in the freaking flour and put seasoning on it. And but you can't, you know what I mean? I don't like that. Yeah, because that's like you say that's the because it got so many. You know what I mean? Yeah, you gotta clean a chicken thigh. You know what I mean? Yeah, you gotta actually clean that joint. You gotta be digging in that joint to get all the fat and all that stuff out of there if you're gonna do it right. And see, yeah, you say you know him for about 2 years. See, I didn't get that privilege. I didn't get the privilege that, you know what I mean, to know T that long. I mean, I had seen him. I used to see him posting, coming through on Mac Mean channel or whatever here and there, whatever. But as far as, corresponding with him, just, you know what I mean, on a one-on-one, you know what I mean, that wasn't until actually recent, you know what I mean? Right. Yeah. Like I said, I couldn't, like I said before, and I touched on, you know what I mean, when T did the interview with me or whatever. Like I say, one of the questions that kind of, you know what I mean, got to me or whatever. I appreciate that, Empress. You know what I mean? Like I say, one of the questions that got to me, you know what I mean, he'd ask me, can you speak on loss? You know what I mean? And I was lost. You know what I mean? Lost. We was talking about a host of different things or not or whatever, talking about my you know what I mean, upbringing or whatever, and you know what I mean, my growing up in the hood, this, that, and the third or whatever. I'm thinking he talk about something I might have lost in the game or whatever, as far as like other stuff. But he was talking about personal. I had some personal loss uh, recently, around the time that he, you know what I mean, and he was like, nah, I was like, what are you talking about? He was like, oh, talk about show nuts some love or whatever. And he was actually talking about a family member I had lost. You know what I mean? Like I said, it allowed me to get some stuff out. You know what I mean? It allowed me to get some stuff out emotionally or whatever that I had been holding in. I don't know, like I say, for some people or whatever. Like I'd be the type of person, I might not speak on something unless somebody asks me, you know what I mean, actually open up the door for me to speak on something. You know what I mean? It's not like I'll just go to somebody and oh, I need to talk about such and such. You know what I mean? But when that door get open, you know what I mean, boom, now I can, you know what I mean, feel all right about speaking on. And him asking that question actually did that for me. You know what I mean? So when I heard he actually passed away or whatever, I ain't going front. It kind of, you know what I mean? It kind of messed me up, threw me for a loop or whatever. So I was like, damn, he asked the question, and like I expounded on the question, and I was like, yeah, you gotta say what you need to say to people or whatever, because you never know when they gonna be, you know what I mean, gone or whatever. And would never think in a million years that, you know what I mean, that there would be one of us, you know what I mean? Like I said, and a lot of the stuff be like, damn, did he know, you know what I mean? Because like I say, I'm an overthinker when it comes to certain things or whatever. So my head be going or whatever. Did he know, you know what I mean? Did he know something? And, you know, but like in other thing I say, I'm just honored. I'm honored at the same time that he chose me to be one of the last people that he interviewed. You know what I mean? I was like one of the last 3 that I saw that he interviewed or whatever. I know he interviewed Jamal Saladin. He interviewed Mac Mean, and he interviewed me. You know what I mean? And I'm like, well, damn, I just feel honored. You know what I mean? And I just wish I could have got to know the brother. You know what I mean? I actually got to know him on a more personal level, but you know what I mean? The universe speaks. You know what I mean? The universe speaks, and the only thing we can do is listen. You know what I mean? And hopefully people are listening. You know what I mean? Anybody else that tapped in or whatever, I appreciate it. Y'all put some pressure on that like button. That'll be that joint that kind of look like this. It just ain't got no flavor to it though. that joint that look like this, melanin free. That melanin free thing that look like this. You know what I mean? Yeah. Put some pressure on that. You know what I mean? You ain't gotta break your screen or nothing like that, but just put some light pressure on it. Put some light pressure on that joint. You know what I mean? Once you do that, it's gonna be a bell right beside it. You can press the bell too, and then you can be up on all the content and all that a brother drop. You know what I mean? Anything I you know I drop, you be up on it. You know, I give you a little precursor of what I do. You know, I'm not gonna say I'm just this conscious, enlightened person or whatever. No, but I know a little something. I'm able to, you know what I mean, put some thoughts together, you know. Hence the name of the channel, Mind of Major. Mind of Major. What I do around here is I talk about what's on the mind of Major. And for the most part, I tend to have somewhat thought-provoking content, but I've been known to clown around as well. You know what I mean? So it's not like, it's completely dry content, whereas though you can only watch my, you know what I mean? Because at one point, I had someone tell me, wifey, yeah, I put you out there, put you all the way out there. You know what I mean? I ain't gonna lie. One time my wife told me, that my videos be so dry. She was like, they don't be funny or nothing. They be boring. You're boring. That's what that's what the hell she had the nerve to say. She said, I was like, you see the video I just put up? I don't be watching. I mean, what you mean you ain't see it? I couldn't watch it because you're boring. You're boring. I'm like, what are you trying to say? My joints be dry. Gonna tell me that they be dry. Your videos be dry. I mean, so every time I watch your videos, I can only watch your video if I got a gallon of water. I gotta drink a gallon of water. You know what I mean? While I watch your videos because they so dry. You know what I mean? I be dehydrated by the time it finish. You know what I mean? I'll be like, what? Yeah, I can only watch your videos when I'm in the shower. You know what I mean? You know, I'm like, you know what? Get on weight, man. Get on weight, man. You know what I mean? You want to do stand up? You want to go do stand up? Should I try to DM Kevin Hart? You know what I mean? Cause you got jokes. Get on weight, man. She had the nerve to tell me. You know what I mean? So I took all that personal. So I tend to, you know what I mean, clown around a little bit here and there, you know what I mean, as I'm trying to put forth a positive, you know what I mean, message or whatever, you know what I mean, just so people can't say that the video was completely boring, you know what I mean. I'm sorry, I can't, you know what I mean, I can't come on here and cuss somebody and have somebody to beef with and cuss out, and you know what I mean. I just can't do it. I got to be able to, you know what I mean. And no knock to nobody else. That's what you got going. That's what you got going on. If it works for you, by all means, do you. You know what I mean. And I know some other people. Sometimes people are dragged into things. You know what I mean. Are baited into things or whatever. And you gotta, you know what I mean, and you gotta simply defend yourself. And I understand that as well. You know what I mean? But sometimes people do it on some 6ix9ine type, you know what I mean, deal. You know what I mean? That right there, you know what I mean, I can't rock. You know what I mean? But it is what it is. You know what I mean? What I'm looking like. I done did my bit. So I pretty much, you know, I'm gonna push it to 10. I'm gonna push it to 10 because I mean, I jumped on here late, but I guess I got to start coming on here so the algorithm will start being friendly to me again. You know what I mean? At one point, they used to be friendly with me or whatever. Now I got to be on here for a whole hour. You know what I mean? But salute to Jen. Salute to Jen. Because Jen always hold me down. Jen, you know what I mean? Yeah. That's that hometown. You know what I mean? That's that hometown. Jen always hold me down. Appreciate that. Real talk. You know what I mean? Yeah. One time they used to shoot me out there, and I mean, and I stopped coming on here. And I don't be showing my face or whatever. I could be on this joint for a whole hour. You know what I mean? Before they even put my, you know what I mean, send a notification out. Or by the time the notification come out, the damn live been ended. You know what I mean? For real. That's if they send the notification out. But then again, I'll be like, I don't know. It could be because depending on where a person where they're at in the country or where they at in the world. Because sometimes I got a couple. I ain't got a bunch of people or whatever. I ain't even going front. You know what I mean? But I got somebody in the Australia. I got somebody in the Philippines. You know what I mean? Different places throughout the world or whatever. You know what I mean? I guess I don't know. I said maybe the signal or whatever, or the joint take longer to get over there. You know what I mean? Simply because it's not like they right around the corner, so I can't. You know what I mean? Say that they doing me dirty, but I know they've been. You know what I mean? There've been times when they've done me dirty. You know what I mean? So it is what it is. You know what I mean? Yeah, but I just wanted to for the most part, I just wanted to get my little T tribute out there for the most part or whatever. It's can't really be, I guess it's a tribute of sorts because I didn't know him, you know what I mean? And I ain't going front. I was kind of in my bag. You know what I mean? I was kind of in my bag. Everybody else putting their tributes out, talking about they got stories. You know what I mean? They got all these stories with T, about T or whatever. You know what I mean? And I'm like, yeah, well, I ain't got no stories. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? Only thing I got is that he interviewed me or whatever. Other than that, we had a couple little conversations or whatever talking about doing an interview or whatever. You know what I mean? But I'm like, yeah, but I was like in my bag. I'm like, man, everybody, yeah, anyone front. I'm like, man, everybody else get to talk about T or whatever. These good stories, good nice stories and stuff like that. And all I got is an interview. You know what I mean? All I got is, you know what I mean? When he interviewed me, you know what I mean? So I say I had to, but at the same time, I wanted to be able to, you know what I mean? Show, you know what I mean? That I wanted to show some love for the brother, you know what I mean? And let it be known how much I respected him, you know what I mean? So I say, how can I do this? You know what I mean? Whereas though, I mean, even if nobody came through, I would have talked to myself. I have no problem with talking to myself because I'm kind of, you know what I mean? I'm Baltimore bred. You know what I mean? So it's obvious that I have, you know what I mean, some form of mental illness. You know what I mean? It's evident that I have some form of mental illness. It's nobody, you know what I mean, that's Baltimore bred that don't have a form of mental illness. You know what I mean? Whether you choose to admit it or you don't. You know what I mean? Whether it be PTSD, you know what I mean? Maybe you're a pink eater. You know what I mean? You could be a pink eater. You know what I mean? You suffer from some form of mental illness. You know what I mean? I don't know. I just happen to be who I am. I had to stop for a minute. I had to stop. I had to stop for a minute. That's what tends to happen when you start hearing sirens in the background. You got to stop for a minute and be like, you had to stop to make sure they didn't stop. Right? You know, you know. Yeah, it'd be crazy. Yeah, but that whole thing made that whole it turned out good. Now I appreciate everybody that popped in. You know what I mean? That hopped in the joint. You know what I mean? And helped me out with this live. You know, I couldn't have did it without y'all. I couldn't have did it without y'all. Hey, quiet on the set. Hey, quiet on the set. And there she go with the reverb. You sitting here seeing me talking. Turn your volume down. You can't be doing that. Didn't I just say? You hear me say quiet on the set? You better act like you want a production credit. You act like you want a production credit. When I get big and sell his content, you want an associate producer credit. You can't even be quiet on the set. Oh shit. I check this out. She right here, right? She right here, right? I'm gonna tell y'all. I'm gonna show y'all, right? Just so y'all didn't think I was capping, right? Just so. No. Don't be trying to take all of them out right now. Give me that shit. Give me no. Give me that. No, not the one. Give me the whole plastic joint. Give me the whole plastic joint. And you done took about 2 or 3 of them out there already. Look, now see, I just told y'all how she was saying my joints be dry. You're boring. Telling me that my videos and stuff be dry and she can't watch my joints without having a gallon of water. Look, this is what she just brought in the room. She bought this damn near, like, you get the case of water and there's 24 of them in the joint, right? She just came in the room and this is like 4 of them in here. She just took like 3 of them out of here. So she came up here with 7 freaking waters just to be in the room with me on my live. So basically she's saying that she can't even be nowhere near my live without having a bunch of water, because she say my joints be so dry that she be around my broadcast and she be getting dehydrated because I'm so dry, that my joints be so dry. Y'all probably thought I was capping. I wasn't capping. I wasn't capping at all. I wasn't joking. Man, playing. And I'm married to her. You talking about? You're boring. What the fuck is that? This she had the nerve to say that. You know what she told me? I'm gonna tell it. I'm telling it all. Yeah, I'm gonna tell it all. You know, you know when the hell she had the nerve to tell me this, right? You know when she had the nerve to say this to me. While she actually told me this, right? While I was under medication, right? I was under medication, having a freaking a biopsy, right? I was having a biopsy done for cancer, right? I was having a cancer biopsy done, right? Having a biopsy done to see if I had cancer. And this is what she this is what she told. I'm under medication that they had me on to do the biopsy. And I'm like, I'm gonna make a video and put on my page. And I actually put the video. It's on my page somewhere. This video is on my page somewhere. You know what I mean? And she told, and I asked her about something in the videos, and she said, I didn't watch all of it. I'm like, why you ain't watch all of it? Because you're boring. I'm like, well, damn. That's when I didn't even get the damn results back saying I didn't have cancer. But even if I did, it wouldn't have mattered because she just killed me just then. You know what I mean? She just killed me just then, crushing my dream, crushing all my YouTube dreams by telling me I was boring. Like, find another field of work. This is not for you. You're boring.
You talk too slow.
You talk too slow. You talk too slow. And plus, you're the king of Yamin. See, and plus, you're the king of Yamin. Everything you say, Yamin. Yamin. Half of the words in your life be Yamin. That's right. I'm gonna make you choke on your water. Right? I'm like, I say, man, get the hell out of here. You exaggerating. Until I happen to go back and look at one of the videos, and I be damn, it wasn't every other word. It was maybe like every 4 or 5 words. I was like, yeah, I mean, right? And I was like, I be just making sure that nothing gets past my audience. I'm so passionate about my content that I want to make sure that everything I say that my audience understands. That's why I'm always saying, yeah, I mean. Yeah, I mean. You know what I mean? I'll take that. I'm the king. I'll be the king of Yamin. Let me stop, because if you choke on your water, you're gonna spit that shit all the way over here on me. That'll really be a goddamn moment. I fuck around and go viral. Look, I fuck around and go viral for real. This nigga was just, he was on live joking about how his wife be talking about, and she spit water all over him. Look, you not dry no more. Look, that was you not dry. Your content ain't dry no more. Look, look. That's how she'd have been laughing in the background. Look, I ain't finding nothing funny. Wet with saliva and H2O all over the place. Face, shirt, you know what I mean? She'd have been over there laughing and choking at the same time. Laughing and choking so much that she done probably vomited it all on the floor and everything. You hollering ill, but that's how you be. Let me fall. Let me fall. Let me fall. Yeah, I'm putting you on blast. I'm getting ready to put you on blast, right? I'm gonna put you on blast to all four of the people in my life, right? I'm getting ready. Let me ask y'all something, right?
3 plus me.
Huh?
That's 3 plus me.
Yeah. See, does he try to say, look, this is look, see how she try to be funny? I said, I'm gonna put you on blast to all four people in my life. She gonna holler, it's 3 plus me. Right? But anyway, check it out, right? But anyway, let me ask y'all something, right? On some all seriousness, right? Let me ask y'all something, right? Just if y'all was in the house, right? Say y'all was sitting in the house, right? And your mother, right? And your mother happened to open the screen door, right? Happened to open the screen door. And when she opened the screen door, it happened to be, I'm gonna give you the whole picture, right? It's winter. It's right after a snowstorm, right? So the plows and the salt trucks have came past and put all the salt down on the street. So you got salt residue on the street and on the sidewalk and all this stuff, right? You know what I mean? So now you got that picture, right? You got the salt and all that on, right? So your mother opens the door, the screen door, right?
Being nosy.
As she say, being nosy, right? As she say, being nosy. I didn't say this, ma. She, you know what I mean? She opens the door, but a gust of wind comes as she's opening the door, right? And catches the door, right? And flings the door, right? The gust of wind flings the screen door, the storm door, right? But the gust of wind not only flings the storm door, but it flings your mother as well, right? flings her right out the door, right? Flings her right out the door. Out the door, all the way into the street, right? All the way into the street, right? And not on her feet. When I say into the street, not on her feet, right? I mean, all of this, right? I mean, all of this, right? The street catches all of this, right? Now, somebody has to pick her up Somebody has to pick her up and everything. Now, she has a black outfit on, but suddenly she then turns into a snowman. I mean, assault man. I mean, assault woman. You know what I mean? She got assaulted, right? just say she was assaulted by salt, right? But with all that being said, right? With all that being said, right? She 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 gets up. I mean, she was just on the ground, right? She gets helped up, right? And she comes in the house, right? She comes in the house, right? Do you know? Would you would you be sincerely? Would you be sincere about making sure that she was all right, or would you be busy laughing to the point that you're on the floor, right? No, no, you're not looking for an earring or something that fell out your ear. No, you're dying laughing on the floor. You know what I mean? This is what I'm dealing with, right? Y'all heard I just choking in the background, right? As I was telling y'all the story, right? So you can imagine this is her mother, right? This is my mother-in-law. This is her mother, right? So when I say if I was made her laugh and she spit water and everything all over here, and you know what I mean, she can imagine me. The whole life would have just stopped, and I would have just been frozen. You know what I mean? With a look on my face like total disgust. But she would have found it so freaking funny that, like I say, she'd have been doing the same thing that she was just doing, choking, not able to catch her breath, and you know what I mean. That's the same person that that same person that that accused my life of being dry and the whole water thing and everything. You know what I mean? Just to give y'all a mental picture of what I'm, you know what I mean? Anyway, never a dull moment, right? Never a dull moment. So what you trying to say? See, I told you. I told you you dry. Look at she over in the background. Is anybody commenting? Because I don't see nothing. Right? Look, y'all probably heard it. Look, y'all probably heard it. Y'all probably heard it. Is anybody out there? Look, my motherfucking laugh right and ran everybody away. Like, God damn, he got an annoying laugh. I can't help it. It was bred into me. Shit. You think mine is irritating. So you can imagine my brothers. You can imagine my brothers. That motherfucker was what, 6162. So imagine that shit coming out of somebody 6162. You know what I mean? Louder than mine. All right. Once again, salute. Once again, salute to everybody that tapped in with me tonight. Appreciate all of y'all. Empress, Generation X, my brother Blackout, I'm trying to if y'all didn't know, this kid over here is kind of computer illiterate, so you got to work with. Who was somebody else? Me and brother Generation X had a on Lady J 1900 for life, and my sis. Here's my umbrella. Here's my umbrella. Crazy, crazy, crazy. Here's my umbrella. But it ain't raining. Here's my umbrella. But anyway, appreciate you all. You don't take nothing else away from this live tonight. Take this with you. Great minds think alike. And everybody has greatness in them. You never know when somebody's going to come along and pull that greatness up out of you. So, to the next time, don't forget, like, subscribe, comment, and share. It's your boy C Major. 2 in the air.